What'd you guys do to get rolling in the second half?
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a ton different. Obviously a little more pass heavy in the second half being down, and then we used tempo a little more intermixed. I think it helped. I really felt like in the first half, though, we had a good mix as well, and a ton of production. Way too much production, certainly to go in with only 3 points. So I mean, it wasn't like there were we weren't doing anything crazy different in the pass game in the second half. Like I said, there was a little more tempo mixed in. But I think we just obviously did a better job in the red zone and obviously finishing off drives.
Alex, how frustrating was that first half? Because between the 30s, you guys were moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe, honestly, I was stunned before half that we had 3 points, looking up that we had 3 points. And then you start to think about it. We marched the opening drive down. We're rolling. Obviously, we call the end around, and it takes a loss. And then on third down, I take a huge sack. And all of a sudden, we're out of field goal range, which was crazy to think about from where we were. It's how fast it goes, and obviously two big negative plays. And then we put a drive together and miss a field goal, and then same thing there into half when we're rolling, going down to get points, and obviously with the turnover, with the fumble. So it felt like there were 9 points there easily, that we really didn't walk away with. So it was hard to swallow. That was, we only had a 3 on board. And we were down by so much because it didn't feel like it was that lopsided. You look up and we were dominating the time of possession. And really had a lot of production as far as moving the ball and the chain. So that was discouraging, and frustrating certainly as we walked in, for halftime. But I thought we did a great job, obviously, making some adjustments. I thought the coach did a great job with some of those adjustments in the second half, and certainly us obviously capitalizing on those and finishing off those drives.
Alex, as you get more time out there, do you feel more comfortable? Do you feel like your own play is evolving?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think obviously this was another step. I got extended time last week, coming off the bench, and then another step here this week. Starting and taking all the reps. And going out there and yeah. I mean, I felt good. I felt like I saw it well. I didn't feel like I was hindered at all. I felt like I moved around well when I needed to. So certainly from that respect, felt good out there. Like I said, felt like I saw it well. Yeah.
Alex, the leg itself, do you have any soreness, any pain whatsoever during the game or after the game? How is it, after a full game like this?
No, I feel good. None at all. I think if anything, certainly wear and tear of stacking days and days and days, and that's really the rest of my body included in that, not just my legs. So, but nothing out there during the game. I felt great, still feel great. So, good sign.
Alex, does all this feel normal now? I mean, you went through the first game back. You had that other one last week. Is this all feeling normal? Are you at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the scary part, is how normal it felt. I think it's the scary thing. Yeah, it felt really good. Felt really normal. And a little bit I got to pinch myself how lucky I am to feel that way. And I am lucky that it's progressed this far, and I am where I am. Because certainly a lot of people with similar injuries aren't as lucky. So
during that last series, even though you had eight straight incompletions, what are you saying to the guys in the huddle to give them confidence that you can move the ball into field goal range at least?
Yeah, I mean, I just think where we were in the game situation, some of those incompletions are better than completions at that point, especially if they were going to be short or in bounds. Just kind of continuing to compete, each play compete. They came up and challenged us there as we were moving the ball and a lot of aggressive man. And, we got some calls there finally with some defensive pull. But kind of the nature of the 2 minute, there were going to be some incompletions to a bunch of, obviously, third and fourth downs. We love that all the time. But luckily, we were able to convert on most of them.
Hey, Alex, what's it like for you to be playing with such a young group of talent around you? And Ron said he felt like you're helping those guys develop. What's that like for you?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I think that's the best part. The best part of being back. certainly the guys in the locker room, but the guys in that huddle. And there is so much youth and energy and personality, and it's fun to see those guys, go out there and make plays with them. See those guys make plays. As an old guy, it's contagious. I love it. To have that feeling and be around that kind of energy.
What do you do as a veteran? What do you have to do to help them?
I think really just open communication. There's not any one thing. I think it's communicating all the time, and really that needs to be a two-way dialogue. As we all grow in this offense, that dialogue. Those guys, we're all on the same page. Those guys are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, or certainly the quarterback's seeing, and that you do have that open dialogue to really kind of, I think, take the offense to the next level.
Hey Alex, when you went through your ups and downs as a rookie, when you made a mistake, did you want to hear about it from people, or did you not? I guess when Chase makes a mistake like that today, kind of how do you treat that, and how did you treat that when you were a rookie?
I think the biggest thing is you want it to be constructive. We're all professionals. We all know when we screw up. We know more than anybody, and certainly I think as competitive as we are, it eats at us. A lot. And so I think anytime there is criticism, because we do make mistakes, you want it to be constructive. You want it to be something that you can grow from. No need to just point out the obvious. We all know when we do something wrong. So, yeah, as long as it's constructive and a little more about why, how can we do something different in the future, things like that.
Hey, Alex.
Just out of curiosity, with you coming back, after these 2 years of not starting, what would you attribute to all the success you've had? You just had your first 300-yard game, back-to-back games. You had, your most completions. What do you attribute to the success, especially after the time off?
As a quarterback, you're a product of the guys around you, and certainly, like I said, we talked about all this young talent in the huddle with me. Certainly, the guys up front battled today to drop back and throw it that many times. And those guys that fight the way they did, for Morgan to move over, mid-drive, it says a lot about those guys and their talent. And then certainly the guys on the outside, they continue to make plays. So, that's the deal. Obviously, quarterbacks are very much the product of the guys in the huddle with you, and certainly lucky to have a lot of guys out there that are working.
Hey, Alex, you had the opportunity. Hey, Alex, the last time you started a game, Adrian Peterson was your teammate, and you got the opportunity to see him at the end of the game. What was that conversation like?
Oh, obviously, Adrian and I are really close, and it was amazing. I got to see him before the game too, and really kind of talk it up then. But just obviously, there's a bond that's what's special about this game when you do, go through the ups and downs, and that come with this game. You grow close, and there's a bond there that I think it lasts a lifetime. And certainly, you can see guys that you haven't seen in a while, and a lot of memories and emotions come back, and I don't need to go on about obviously Adrian's talent, ability, but certainly him as a person, how much I enjoyed playing with him, learning from him, and just the human that he is. So it was great to see him there.
Hey, Alex, Ron has talked about with the team with so many young guys. You guys are the team collectively still learning to win and now learning how to finish. Obviously, you've been there, done that. So from your perspective, what does that mean when you're with these guys right now? What is that step that these guys hopefully are learning to move forward with?
Yeah, it's funny. It's never usually one thing. It's 100 little things that add up. And I think we all had them. We can all be just a little bit better in a ton of different areas, and oftentimes that's what turns the tide. I think we said it. How many plays could have gone differently there in the first half and the second half, and that's a different ball game. So you got to keep fighting for all those plays. You never know when they're going to come. You got to keep fighting to what can you do better to help the team next time, and obviously, hopefully, you make those plays.
Technically, you guys are still
what your record is right now. What is the belief level of this team right now? Because it's such a weird, wacky year within the division. Your record, it is what it is, but you're still in the division race. What is the belief level right now in this locker room?
I think we know what kind of football we're capable of playing. I think we know what kind of character and talent we have in this locker room. Certainly, it's about us going out and doing it consistently, though. too many times it's, half here, half there. Key, whether it be turnovers or mistakes in key situations that have really hurt us, and it's finding a way to turn that. And, really ultimately, live it one week at a time. Obviously flush this and move on. And we gotta go and find a way to win this next week.
Alex, when you're leading that comeback today in the second half, are you calling on things in the past in your mind, or is this all in the moment when you're doing that?
Yeah, I mean, every situation is different. You do bank a lot as you play a lot of situational football, 2-minute, third down, fourth downs, looks. Certainly defensive looks that you've seen over the years. You bank a lot of that. And then I think the ability to kind of make adjustments throughout the game there, understanding how they were playing us, what they were trying to do, and how we were going to counteract that. So I think you rely on that a ton. That's obviously the benefit of a lot of reps over the years.
Hey, Alex, to follow up on the earlier call about the fact that you guys are still in the division race, should there be any talk of that, regardless of what else is happening in the division, until you guys start stringing some wins together?
Yeah, but I think it's important, obviously, to continue to stay short-sighted. Just when you live in 1 week at a time, 1 week season, and we got to put everything on the line this week and find a way to win a game. And it's going to take everybody, like I said, a bunch of little things adding up. Worrying about anything else at this point, I think is only a distraction.